4 goals, and we've won the game.
We can see Abel's fist bump there. Come on, Redman, get in that win. It felt good tonight. You know, we were saying with celebration, but you know, the first point of honour actually, Mel, in the first half, a bit of a turning point for me, and I know you might agree with me on this, was we were on the wrong end of a few, shall we say, choice decisions. There was a challenge where Kanate on Willock on the far side that looked to us like he won the ball. The Liverpool bench were infuriated.
He did win the ball.
And it seemed to galvanise the fans, didn't it? Even when Anthony Gordon scored for Newcastle, you felt it was not even like recent games. You felt everyone was together once again. We were all united once again tonight.
Listen, I think the players have played really well, having got a goal behind. But the fans played their part tonight, and it's been a disappointing season at times with results. People will remember the performances resulting against Leeds, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, and we didn't enjoy that. And we're okay to say that we didn't enjoy that. The fans tonight at 1-0 down, they stuck with the lads, and the lads needed them, and the players responded. Wirtz and Ekitike, bang bang, and it was an enjoyable game to watch. And for the first 40 minutes, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the performance, but the fans stuck with the players, and that's going to be a big case between now and the end of the season.
You know what's really good for me about this night, the positive thing to take, we've heard other pundits use the word fragile about this Liverpool team. Well, I'll tell you now, there's nothing fragile about this Liverpool team tonight. You know, going a goal down the way we've responded there, with Flonny and Wirtz doing John Barnes Suarez impressions in the opposition penalty area.
Steve, there'll always be criticism because of the expectation. Liverpool won the league last season. We want to be competing for that. We're not. We're in a position which we're not liking, but there's still a lot of football left to play. We can still really end the season strongly. We can cement our place in the top 3-4 positions, and there's 2 big trophies to win this season. And I just feel as though this club, and people have said we've been inconsistent, but I'm looking at our recent performances. Arsenal away 0-0, good performance, really good performance. Burnley at home, good performance, bad result. Good performance, we had 30 shots in the game, let's not forget that. Marseille away, what a performance that was away from home. Then the one last week against Karabakh, the only one that stands out that wasn't was Bournemouth, and then this one tonight. I've listened to about 5 or 6 games, one bad performance. So if you can have 1 out of 6, that's not too bad. We're having some reasonably good consistencies there. There's going to be some big games between now and the end of the season.
What about Ekitike? I mean, the one he missed for the hat-trick at the Cup is probably the easiest one. It's more easy than the second one. I mean, he was absolutely explosive.
Do you know what I loved? And you don't see it too often. A centre forward who can bully centre halves. He did it. Then those 2 Newcastle centre halves, Dan Burn and Chow, they were scared stiff of him. Oh, it was brilliant. It was great to see. Even the Karabakh centre halves the other night when he's bullied 2 of them to score a goal. He's getting that reputation because he's scoring goals and he's physical. It's like this, they don't like it. But it's a great to watch, and the fans. And do you know what was funny? He's got 2 goals, big contributions. He should have had a hat-trick fine. And when he subbed, the Newcastle fans would have loved it. And it just sort of signals over.
He showed the score 3-1.
3-1. Because Newcastle wanted him. And no doubt a lot of clubs in Europe wanted Ekitike. He's been the main man in attack this season. But one thing that he's enjoying, Steve, and I'm sure you'll agree, that little bit of link up with Wirtz, that understanding is growing all the time. And again, involved with the first goal. And it excites me to think what they can produce between now and the end of the season and next season.
You can see now with the way Wirtz is scoring goals, 6 goals in his last 10 for Liverpool. He's assisting as well. I mean, he looks the real deal. It always takes a little bit of time to adjust. You know, the Premier League is incredibly more physical than the Bundesliga, but we're seeing Wirtz, especially the contribution he made. How good was that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player.
I'm losing my voice now as well.
I remember watched him for Leverkusen, you could see how special he was. He had a big decision, a brave decision to make, to leave Germany as a young boy. He's come to the Premier League, and one thing he probably wouldn't have been used to, Steve, is the criticism from outside of the football club. I mean, the noise, because Arsenal fans, United fans, City fans, Chelsea fans, they all want him to fail. They know how good he is. They would have loved someone like Wirtz. And okay, a slow start, but there were still so many glimpses in the games he had early on in the season where you just thought, what a player we have. I think as a 10 with 3 in front, he can become the best player in the Premier League. That's what I believe.
There were some big performances from the leaders. First of all, Alisson made a crucial save in the first half. The second one from Barnes, I mean, we're still not sure whether that would have been given as offside, but Alisson didn't know that. And you know, when you consider in the opening stages of this game, he was absolutely clattered twice by Newcastle players. Ali stood up to the task as a real leader out there, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And in all honesty, Newcastle were probably looking to finish the game with 11 players. You know, let's be honest, they were physical, which we knew they would be.
I mean, what was Byrne doing there at the end with Gakpo?
Yeah, but
that was ridiculous.
He took Alisson out for one of them. He got his yellow card, and then he cleaned out Gakpo again. A bit of ill discipline, maybe from Newcastle, you could say, because of their frustration. They've been awful away from home, and you don't want to say it too much before the game, but they have been. And they saw themselves as rivals to us. They were 3 points behind us. If they won tonight, they would have gone above us. When you look at the league table, I'm going to look at it tonight. 6 points cleared, and that little bit of a gap means they've got it all to do to try and claw that gap back to us.
You felt the final whistle and the Ibu goal at the end. It feels like a really big win, this for us. And you know, not saying Liverpool are back yet. There's still a long way to go, but you know, it's a really big win this to get a point off the top 4 again.
I felt as though this was the warm-up for next weekend.
City, yeah.
When City come here, the noise will be louder. We want to beat them. Forget where they are in the league table because of what's gone on in recent seasons. This was a great atmosphere. Really enjoyed it. I just think it'll be turned up a little bit more on next weekend against
City. City got a midweek game as well, haven't they?
Against Newcastle.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday. I think it's a Wednesday. Second leg. They're in a good position. They should go through. But yeah, I'm going to look forward to that. And it's nice to look forward to it on the back of a couple of good results. We have no midweek game. Plenty of rest time for the players. Maybe Gomez might be back available. Comes back into that right back position, releases Szoboszlai further forward. I mean, we beat Newcastle tonight at a canter without Szoboszlai, our most effective player, in his best position. He's had to do a job for the team at right full back. And you think next week against City, I think he'll be released further forward.
Got to ask you a question about the skipper, because you called him at half time. Virgil, you know, people question him all the time, don't they? They were doing that after the Bournemouth game, but he was mercurious tonight.
Steve, as you know, we did the review show. Virgil's had a very good season. He's had a very good season. People might nick a little mistake here and there, like the one at Bournemouth. Again tonight, he's made big contributions at key moments. 3 times that without his defending, a block and a couple of times at the back stick, Newcastle score, and it might have gone to 2-0, and it would have been very hard to have won the game from there. He was brilliant in those moments, at key moments in the game. So yeah, for me, skipper, magnificent, and the partnership with Konate was great.
That Ekitike Wirtz Salah link up, it was good.
And I just want Szoboszlai further forward. You get involved as well. He wants to get involved in all that.
So we promised you thrills and spills, didn't we, when Liverpool meet Newcastle? Something always happens in front of the lights, but an incredibly emotional ending there. Love that with Ibu and the fans, and even Alisson joining in the celebrations. That just says what we're all about as a football club, our DNA. We're together, real togetherness. That's what it's all about. You'll never walk alone, Ibu. Part of the Liverpool family. Massive moment, that. Great win for Liverpool. Land you now down to the boys with Jason McAteer, David James, who've been involved when Liverpool have scored 4 goals against Newcastle before. The only difference tonight, we didn't concede an extra 2, thankfully. What a night. Great win. Liverpool 4, Newcastle 1. Becky, it's all yours.